Hello everybody, Ark Nova here, getting back some more Let's Play Trails in the Sky the Third. And last we left off, we cleared out both sets of ordeals, rescued Shara and Agate. Now we are going to spend this video going through this moon door. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. This is gonna be a long one. Bah, I can't believe I'm going through with this. I should never have given in to pressure and promised to come here once a month in the first place. Having to adjust my schedule all the time just so I can come all this way to eat is such a pain in the ass. But, well, whatever. I do over, I guess. But what the hell? I just felt this horrible chill run down my spine. What was that for? Okay, then. Doesn't seem like I've caught a cold or anything. Probably no big deal. Well, that's everything switched that needs to be. Machine guns are new models, so they can probably do with some tweaking. That's all of its armament strengthened. Its mobility is up 16% because of all the work we did through the night, you know? Ha! Okay, I think we should leave it like this for now and take some data as is before we start doing anything else. Works for me. Ordinarily, we'd just set up for testing whether it can perform basic actions at this stage and call it a day. But thanks to all of Tina's help, it ended up relatively complete for a prototype. I think we could probably get away with doing a simple combat test using it even. And we should, too. After all, it just so happens that we have the perfect guinea pig for it coming. Mom! Dad! Morning, Tita. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I'm feeling great. But, all I can picture in my mind is the sight of that red-haired hooligan crawling on the ground after getting the beating of a lifetime by the Orbital Gear. I can hardly wait to see it in real life, too. Mom, I keep trying to tell you that Agate's really not a bad person. I don't take what she's saying to heart, Tita. She could probably stand to discuss the issue a bit more tactfully. But I'm sure all she wants to find is exactly what Agate's doing, trying to worm his way to you in the first place. Well, even Dad seems to have it wrong. Okay, let me explain this one more time. He might be sort of rude and blunt, and he does grumble every time he has to do something. And he has a bad habit of scaring people off easily, but he's actually a kind, good person, I swear. Really now? I'm starting to get a little worried about him too. What? Why? I keep saying he's really a nice person. Alright, time to go and get things ready. I'll leave the final adjustments to you, Dan. I've got something to take care of elsewhere. You're going then? That I am. I've heard more than enough. Something has to be done. The sinner must be punished. With death. What? Mom, where are you going? Wait! Gah! Mom! What in Adios name is happening here? Are you alright? I'll live. What was Erica in such a hurry for? Well, it's time for the testing to begin. You're not much less of an overprotective parent than she is, I'll have you know. Where is she? I could have sworn I saw her running this way. Where could she have gone? Probably shouldn't have arrived so early. Might as well drop by the guild and see if there's any work to do until evening. Oh. What? Was that just my imagination? The second I walked in the door, I felt like my life was in mortal danger. The only person here is that researcher there, so it must have been. Oh my, what have we here? If it isn't Agate Krasner. I pity you, I really do. Come again? I never dreamed my target would come wandering in nonchalantly while I was making the necessary preparations for his execution. That does make things easier for me. Now I can tell you what I want directly. We've prepared a most perfect place to die for you over at the Central Factory. So come along, there's not a moment to waste. Who are you? You here to pick a fight with me or something? Not at all. This is a completely legitimate request I've made to the guild. Or more specifically, to you. Like hell you did! No request like that would ever get accepted here. If you want to submit a request to the guild, you're gonna have to come up with something a little better than that. Oh, you pitiable flea. I figured you were a little thick-headed, but I didn't think your general IQ would be quite this low. You need to be more aware of your sins. What does this woman have against me? Her eyes are scaring the shit out of me. Clean out those ears of yours and listen well, moron. This request is about testing the capabilities of an orbital gear by comparing it to you in a variety of situations, which means that by helping us, we'll be able to improve it. Haha, in the process, maybe the unforgivable sins you've committed shall be. Just what are you rambling on about, woman? Maybe you didn't get the memo, but the Bracer Guild is just to help people who really need it. We don't just do any old thing someone feels like asking us to do. So I really haven't got time to be messing around with some crazy time waster. Is that the real reason you don't want to do this, or are you just scared? Say that again. I can't find her anywhere in town at all, and she hasn't gone home. Just where could Mom have run off to? It's not my fault you're not listening to me. As I said, if you'd help with these tests, I might be gracious enough to consider reducing your punishment. A little. That sounded like Mom. Would she be in the guild? If you want help that much... Tita? Agate? What do you do with my... Oh, and one more thing I want to make very clear right off the bat. You do not get within 1 cell's radius of my sugar powder donut under any circumstances. Are we clear, you shameless hoodlum? Wait a sec. Whoosh. Zoom. The hell? What just happened there? She's up and ran off with Tita. I hope I didn't just witness her getting abducted by someone dangerous. You don't need to worry about that. Oh, sup, Kilika? Her name is Erica Russell. She's Tita's mother. Her mother? That is Tita's mother? You've got to be kidding me! Our parents came back here from abroad about 2 weeks ago, Erica and Dan Russell. Their arrival was somewhat unconventional, admittedly. But they really are Tita's parents, I can assure you of that. You're trying to tell me that woman is related to her by blood? And with the mystery solved, would you mind if we got right to discussing work matters? Oh, yeah, lay it on me. I'm free until this evening, so if you got any quick jobs that need doing, I can knock them out for you. Well, first there's this one from the Central Factory. They're requesting assistance with a variety of tests for a prototype of a new weapon called the Orbital Gear. Orbital Gear. Hold up a minute. That sounds familiar. The guild has officially accepted the rest that Erica mentioned to you earlier. It has your name on it, in fact. Ugh, I can't believe this. She actually submitted that as an official request? I don't know much more about this Orbital Gear than you do, I'm afraid. She merely described it as a weapon that combines the finest in the world's orbital technology. It's being developed by the entire Russell family together to boot. The location you'll need to go to is Zeiss Central Factory. A new weapon? Wait a sec, you said the whole Russell family, right? Not just the adults? Please tell me Tita isn't involved in this crap. I couldn't tell you, she didn't say. I've heard Tita was about ready to graduate from being an apprentice and become a full-fledged engineer, though, so perhaps she is. Would her involvement be a problem for you, Agate? Well, no, but... I've never met her parents, I've only heard about them from Tita, so it's not like I can pretend to know what they're like. But her mom's nothing like she made her sound. She seems kinda messed up in the head. That kook's got Tita involved in developing some kind of new weapon. Put that request on hold for now, Kilika. On hold? Don't give it to anyone else for now, I assume you mean? Yeah. I'm gonna go and find out what's going on. Don't even think about giving that to anyone else before I'm back. Alright, here we go. I gotta go to their house? I guess I do gotta go to the central factory. What, you're looking for Professor Russell? She passed by here not long ago, actually. I saw her boarding the elevator with Tita, but I'm afraid I have no idea where she could have gone after that. Alright, let's just freaking... Oh, floor by floor. I thought that'd be in the basement, but clearly not. On the roof? They're on the roof. Bah, just where have those two gone? I can't find them anywhere. Hey there. You must be Agate. Who's this guy? He doesn't seem like any ordinary engineer. Oh, I get it now. You're Dan, right? Seem to remember hearing you were a bracer at one point. Oh, was it Cassius who told you? Oh, no. I've just heard some stuff about you from Tita and her grandpa. Haha, right. Actually, he quit the whole bracer thing about 10 years back, didn't he? Makes it right around when Cassius joined. Can't imagine him being as much of a lunatic, but who knows? You guys developing a new weapon, right? I heard you got Tita helping you out with it. That true? Oh, yeah. She's not just a simple assistant, however. She's a full member of its development team. Tita's become so much more capable over these past couple years. I don't even feel like there's all that much I can teach to her anymore. Oh, God was right. What the hell have you guys got your own kid doing? I know you're busy and that you can't afford to be back home here that often. And I know Little Squirt loves Orbotech, so part of me gets why you'd want her to help with whatever new stuff you've got in the works. But that doesn't make it okay to let someone that young work on developing a new weapon. Use common goddamn sense, man! What's so funny? Agate, do you trust her? What's trust got to do with this? And don't go trying to change the subject on me. What you've got her doing? I've heard a lot about you since coming back here. And with that, there's just one question I want to hear the answer from you directly. Now, it's to my understanding that you've been keeping her company quite often, while my wife and I were away. Is that because you feel she's unreliable? Or maybe just a coincidence, or is there some other reason? Just what have you been trying to achieve by being with her so much? What? I wasn't trying to achieve anything. I guess if I had to give an answer, there's no denying how much she's helped me. I'll admit, at the start she seemed like she could do jack all, and I stuck around to protect her. But she never actually needed it. She's ended up doing way more for me than I ever did for her in the end. So yeah, I guess when I put it that way, I do trust her. Your daughter's pretty damn amazing. I see. Okay, so he doesn't seem to have as many screws loose as his wife. I could probably give him a pass, right? Look, I'm guessing there's some special reason Tita ended up involved in developing that weapon of yours, right? You mind telling me what it is? Yeah, there is. Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to tell you. You're familiar with Ren from Ouroboros, right? Yeah, that crazy strong little girl with the huge robot. Couldn't forget her if I tried. Tita told us that she's friends with that girl, which sounds insane, I know. Nah, it's not. She doesn't talk about it, but I know she is. Feels like she's going to unnatural lengths to avoid the issue even coming up, too. That makes explaining this a little simpler. The Orbital Gear project was begun with the aim of developing a new kind of weapon that could compete with the Society's advanced military technology. Eventually, we hope to end up with something that can even go head-to-head with Potter Matter. As soon as she heard about what we were planning to do, Tita told us that she wanted to be a part of it, of her own volition. At first, Erica and I were strongly opposed to the idea. It was Tita who insisted she wanted to do whatever she could to keep the connection she had with Ren. She wouldn't take no for an answer. She insisted this was something that she could do for her. From my perspective, her intention isn't actually to talk Ren down or anything along those lines. She just thinks that by participating in the Orbital Gear's development, she'll be able to keep thinking about her. The project connects them in a tiny way, even if they can't meet, and even if Tita can't do anything more substantial for her. It really is a tiny connection. And yet, that's probably the best she can do for Ren right now, and she's determined to do it. I had no idea. She's such an idiot. How am I supposed to know you're shouldering something that heavy if you don't tell me? She's working on the project formally as an engineer, no different to Erica or me. My wife was the one who gave her permission. After she showed as much resolve as she did, it couldn't have been fair for us to treat her like a child. You mind if I ask something? Where is that Orbital Gear thing now? Does that mean you're up for the job? Well, I can't walk the hell away. She might go doing something crazy again if I leave her alone. I see. Albert was right about you, Agate. You do seem to have some promise. What are you talking about? What did Gramps say? You'll need this, incidentally. An identification card from Dan. Using this in the elevator will let you go to B5 of the building where the tests will take place. Tita and Erica should be there. You're going to want to make sure you're ready if you do go, though. Erica's been dead set on testing you. I couldn't care less what she wants. I'm just going to go help Tita with the tests. What anyone else does is none of my business. What about you, Dan? You ain't coming? Don't mind me. I'll be here. And just so we're clear, I haven't decided to accept you myself yet. Accept me as what? As Tita's chosen. Oh man, Agate's about to get pasted. I guess this is the place. Wait, is that it? That's all the checks on the legs complete. I guess I'll check the settings one more time too. I got nothing to do till Mom and Dad come back, so I should make the most of it. I thought it was gonna be an orbital cannon. Can't believe you're making a robot as nuts as this. Agate! What are you doing here? Is it because of Mom? Did she ask you to come here? I'm so sorry. Mom and Dad seem to have got you all wrong. I keep trying to explain to them that you're what you're really like, but they never listen to me. It's not a big deal. I ain't here because your mom asked me to come anyway. You kinda are. You're not? I heard you were working pretty hard down here, like as a proper engineer. So I figured I'd come and join you as my way of showing my support, I guess. Helping with these tests is an official request anyway, so it works out. Okay, let me give you a brief rundown of the orbital gear then. The prototype's most distinguished characteristic is that the pilot can climb inside and operate it directly from within. It hasn't been decided for sure the final model will necessarily be like this though. Oh, and then there's how it reaches its maximum mobility. Come over here for a minute. Sure. We've designed a new walking system to increase its mobility substantially, you see? Ordinarily, bipedal robots require two units that control their posture and center of gravity, which work in tandem with one another to walk. But this approach really drains system resources across the whole archaism. The way we've chosen to resolve this is... Huh? What the hell? Mom, how long have you been there? So you've decided to assist with the tests, have you, Agate Krauser? You're so sweet. Does that mean you finally accepted your sins and have come to repent? I have no freaking clue what you're talking about. You were trying to get close to Tita thinking I wasn't here, weren't you? Admit your sins and repent! I finally have first-hand evidence. For crying out loud, will you quit with the eyes? It's giving me the creeps. He might be completely useless when it comes to technology, but he's got potential, don't you think? You might just be right. I have to admit, there were concerns. But I can appreciate that he at least tries to follow subjects he doesn't understand instead of outright refusing to listen to them. What are you two doing up there? Especially you, Dan. You were just up on the roof with me a minute ago. I did tell you I was going to watch the tests, didn't I? Well, here I am. I can't work out what he's thinking any more than I can his wife. Don't you dare ignore me, Agate Krosner. Bodied. Well, regardless, that's everyone gathered now. I suppose it's time for us to begin. What are we doing? I finished all the necessary final checks. Good girl, Tita. Let the testing begin. What is wrong with this family? Well, Tita, do you think you'll be able to operate it alright? Yep, I'll be fine. I've had plenty of practice. I'm ready to go as soon as everyone else is. Beginning monitoring. No problems in the data link. Looks like we're good to go. Okay, Agate, we're now going to begin testing on the orbital gear version 0.5. You sure you're ready for this? Yeah, I am. I've come this far. I'm not going to turn tail now. I want you to promise me one thing before we begin, though. The final test will be a mock battle between yourself and the orbital gear. If you cause Tita so much as have the tiniest scratch on her, I'll be sending you to the goddess personally. I wouldn't go quite that far, but you get the idea. Don't hurt her, alright? I know. I ain't gonna hold back, but I ain't gonna hurt her either. That's all I wanted to hear. Okay, for starters... Daniel and Agan began attaching small cores to various points on his body. What are you doing? Those are that way you can collect data from your body in real time during the testing process. This prototype's mobility should be about equal to your own, if not a little above what you're capable of. So this should be a perfect way to test what it can really do. Well, if that's your reason, you sure this isn't some kind of form of harassment? Of course not. Right. Erica, if you would. Gladly. Foo ha ha ga! Ga shan ha! What am I even watching here? That's Erica's success dance. She always does it before every big test or experiment. Sha! Already? I'm ready. Setup complete? I can't believe you still do that after all this time. It's not like it actually has any practical effect either. If you look at all the data from the tests she's done collectively, there's no difference in the odds of success whether she does it or not. Here, let me take care of that. Fire! As you can see, it's best to leave her alone when she gets all fired up like this. I'm feeling exhausted already. We haven't even started yet. First test is a simple race. You're going to be doing 3 laps of the course, and the first to the finish line wins. There are obstacles in the way, too, so just so you know, be careful of those. Are you ready, Agate? Ready as I'll ever be. Let's get this started. I'm here for work, not to play. Haha, so you are. Well, take your position. Ready, go! Oh, big jets. Big jets cheat. What just happened? It flew! I'm sorry, Agate, but Mom told me I had to finish the race by jumping over the finish line all of a sudden. I should have known. Mind you, it's not like jumping was against the rules of the race, and we wanted to collect the data from it too. I'd say you only got yourself to blame for getting cocky, wouldn't you? Grr. Huh, what are we doing now? This is a test of the Orbital Gear's precision. What I want you to do is place the 4 colored drum cans on the corresponding tiles on the floor. It'll be harder than it looks. Don't assume it's going to be a snap. If I lose this, I'm never going to hear again of how I'm a clumsy excuse for a human, am I? Alright, let's get started then. Begin! Heh, piece of cake. Wow, we got some excellent data out of that. Well done, Tina, you did a wonderful job operating it. The adjustments Dad made all the difference, really. His tuning of the actuators was perfect. I don't doubt that. He's always been good at handling these things. The arms have acceleration control now, too. Man, was there even point in me being here if you're just gonna ignore me? Well, that test was just about collecting data. It didn't really matter who won. Still, that's not true for the next one. Now the real fun begins. Last test we're going to be performing is a mock battle to test the Orbital Gear's overall capabilities. Take your positions, both of you. Okay, got it. We've been through this once before, but it bears repeating. Only aim for the Orbital Gear. If I find so much as a hair out of place on Tina, you will be very painfully executed on the spot. I know, you don't need to keep stating the obvious. Are you ready? Yeah. Bring it on! I better hang back first. Oh yeah, big club.
Eat this! Eat this!
Well, that's not fair.
Ha!
wraps it up. Grr, grr. You cheated! You totally cheated! Cheated? How? You're full of shit. I am not. Use some kind of invisible special power. You must have. Like hell I did. Alright. Well, I think it's only fair to call this Agate's victory. Grr. That was the last of the tests, right? Quest fulfilled then. My work here's done. Silly me, I nearly forgot, Dan. Didn't you say you wanted a one-on fight against this red-headed ruffian yesterday? Did I? Oh, right, I did. Cassie told me a little about him, so I'd like to take the opportunity at some point. What? I have a bad feeling about this. Heh, you're the best. Go get your weapon. It doesn't necessarily have to be now. No, you're doing it now! No time to waste. Alright. I'll leave things here to you, Erica. Don't think this is going to be easy either. He might have been forced to retire because of an injury, but he's still very strong. He's the one who taught Cassius the basics of fighting with the staff 10 years ago, even. Seriously? Cassius then went on to perfect the art of using one to fight himself, admittedly. But that should give you an idea of just how strong my awesome hubby is, surely. Now I really don't want to back down. Hey, wait a second. Tests are over. My work is done. Why am I stuck doing another completely unrelated fight? Your work's not done until I say it is, bucko. Oh yeah, while we're waiting for Dan, I need to check Tita hasn't got any injuries. Because if she has, you know what's gonna happen. Come on down, Tita. I don't wanna. What's wrong, sweetie? I kinda can't. Some weird errors come up and I don't know what to do. Huh? What's going on? Oh no. No! Damn it, no! Ugh, no matter what commands I try to give it, it won't respond. Shut it down, Tita! I can't! It won't do anything I tell it to. Hey, what's going on here? Explain this in a way I can understand. Tita, what's going on? Have you lost control of it? Agate, Run! You doing okay? I've stopped moving. Come on out. I can't. The seatbelt's stuck. Damn it. Thank goodness. Huh? Tita! Oh, just in the nick of time. Are you two okay? Tita and I are fine, but... Oh! Agate! 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 Ugh. No! No! This is all my fault. All because of me, you... I'm so sorry. I'm always causing you nothing but trouble with my selfishness. If I just kept quiet, none of this would have happened. This is all my fault. All of it. If I hadn't said I wanted to get closer to Ren, I knew I couldn't really do anything for her. I knew this was just for my own satisfaction. This wasn't what I wanted to happen at all. I swear, this wasn't what I was trying to do by getting involved in this project. But... Gah! Give it a rest, will ya? My head's pounded enough without you crying. Oh. Agate? It'll take more than that to finish me off. I figured you knew that. Oh. Damn, though, that thing packs a punch. I'm lucky I was able to block the brunt of the impact with my sword. If I hadn't, I'd probably have a date with the goddess right about now. Hey, I said I'm fine, alright? This is nothing. So stop your crying, alright? But this is all because of me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to do this anymore. I quit. So, don't you dare give up, Tita. What? You heard me. Don't you dare just throw in the towel over something this small. You want to get closer to Ren, right? You want to understand her better, right? Then try and do it. Don't just give up at the first hurdle you come across, even when you get hurt. I've had a worthless 10 years, Tita. I'm not going to deny that. But there was only one thing I could never bring myself to do, and that was throw this away. Never. But that's fine, because this is why I'm a bracer. This is why I'm the bracer that I am now. Plenty of folks have things that become such a big part of them. They can't bear to throw them away or leave them behind. Things that no matter how much they try to forget, they just can't. I've got something like that, and I'm pretty sure you found something like that too. Don't you? He's right. I really do. Agate, I changed my mind. I won't give up. I don't have time to stand around crying. Not when I have things I need to do. I'll think about what I can do, and I'm going to do it. Because just like you're a bracer, I'm now a researcher. Really now. Agate, it's nothing. What's with the faces? It's all starting to make sense now. See, I told you. He's rude, he's thick-headed. He's got all the tact of a wrench to the groin. But there's promise in him. That there is. The preparations for it aren't quite finished. But I think it's time we got the second phase of testing our red-headed friend right away. The hell are you talking about? Looks like I underestimated you, Agate. Tita seems to have come out of this unharmed, just as you promised. Oh, yeah. I'd like for you to come to our house this evening. Huh? I thought coming over for dinner was why I was here in Zeiss to begin with. You'll be more than welcome. What's going on with him all of a sudden? Agate, thank you very much again for earlier. You ended up having to protect me again. It's fine, it doesn't bother me. Still, sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna have to pass on Today we're having a hot pot full of mushrooms and wild plants and a soup with lots of seaweed. Mom and Dad finally seem to understand you better too, so this should be really fun. And now we can all enjoy a nice hot pot together. Oh, right. I can hardly wait. So that's what it was. I can't believe I didn't notice when I was doing the final checks. This was all my fault. We don't know that for sure yet, Tita. Let's not jump to conclusions. No good comes from blaming yourself for feeling responsible before we know if you even had anything to do with it. Okay, still. Gah! Where the hell does Hammer come from? What's wrong with this place? Huh? That sounded like Agate. Really? Probably just your imagination. Maybe. That reminds me, he should be here any minute now. I'd better go and warm up the food. Whoa! Why'd a bunch of lances pop out of the ground? Erica? I think lances may have been overdoing it a tad. At least stick with the concealed holes in the ground. At least stick with concealed holes in the ground, won't you? Ah! How long are we looking at before he's able to make it here, might I ask? I was hoping to take this chance to have a man-to-man talk with him. That only the goddess knows. Seems like he's putting up a good fight, but make no mistake, Agate Krasner. Our testing process has only just begun. Side story Orbital Gear Project 2 finished. Tita learned the S-Craft Orbital Gear. Freaking S-Craft Orbital Gear. So that's the super powerful thing she can do now. Freaking, I wonder if it's like... I wonder how good it actually is. I never know, 'cause I am a god-dang clown. Oh, she can't S-break it? Huh. Okay. I get you. Okay. So, from what I know, that S-Craft apparently makes her silly strong. This button. So I need royal leaves, bone, gelatin, sugar, leaves. Bone, jelly, sugar, leaves. Bone, jelly, sugar, leaves. Anything else that cures KO? Oh, Swing Witch. And Amar Spiritus. Oh, Agnes got a lot of hit points. Holy crap. Swing Witch. Amar Spiritus. Azalea Fruit. Okay, I can make some of those. Those will be nice. I can actually... yeah. I want to bring Annalise a little longer. But we're actually gonna call it here. Until next time, everybody, this is Ark Nova playing Trails in the Sky the Third. Stay cool.